What up, y'all? It's your girl, Misbehavior, aka Willow Bean. You know me, you know what I do. Today is another episode of Fresh Friday. And today I'm rocking a Marvel t-shirt. So let's get down to business, shall we? So today I want to talk about joy. And with the topic of joy, I want to bring in just 3 short stories from my week. The first story from my week, I was talking to my twin, the sister that I live with, and she said to me, God can't bless who we pretend to be. And I forgot where she said she got that from, but I can remember a few posts ago, it might have been a while ago, but depression is basically a deep rest, taking a rest from the person we have been trying to be. It's kind of like a people pleasing kind of thing. I had moments in my life where I put everybody else's feelings before my own. And, I'm sure some people can relate. You do what your parents want you to do because, you want to please your parents. And then you got your job. You want your supervisor to be pleased. And, you don't want to ruffle any feathers, so on and so forth. That was definitely me. But after a while, I'm just like, I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy at all. And I can remember this week just having kind of like a dark day where I just kind of laid in bed. Didn't really want to do much. Didn't really want to, exist, if that makes sense. So the second conversation I had was with my sister Lauren. And she said to me that joy is that thing that's kind of internal because it's a fruit of the spirit. No one can take that away from you. But happiness, it does a roller coaster kind of thing, right? Because on one side you have happiness, and the other side you have sadness. So there has to be balance. If you're going to have happiness, you're going to have some sadness as well. But joy is something that's indescribable. It's that place on the inside where you find just this peace, this calming nature that gives you like the warm fuzzies. Like, I found this cat on Instagram. It's called a Sphinx. It's a hairless cat. My sister says it's ugly, but I think it's the cutest thing. It looks a little weird, but it makes me smile. It brings like joy, like just to see like, it's a hairless cat. Like most cats have hair. Who does that, right? Or like I saw like this 5-year-old drummer. He just looked like he had just this joy on his face from just drumming on his instruments. I'm like, man, I really miss that. And then like one of the other conversations I had this week was with my Capricorn, and she said to me 2 things. The first thing she said to me was, I might have them out of order, but she said 2 things to me. The first thing she said to me was, what does Willow want? Forget what everybody else wants, forget what I want, like what do you want? And for the first time in a long time, I was stumped. I think as a person who really, kind of goes with the flow, I don't think much about bending rules, breaking rules. It is what it is. Either answer's yes or answer's no. But then the extension of her question was, or maybe even just the expression was, you can't live your life for everybody. Drops mic. And I can honestly say that hit home to me this week because, like I said, I had just kind of had a dark day, and in that moment, I'm just looking at, just reflecting on my life. Like, what have I done for Willow? What have I done that brings me joy? Just not even thinking about anybody else. Just like, what have I done for me? So this week I did 2 things, and I'm on day 2 of doing this. It's Friday, but it takes a while to, come to this discovery. Look. Self-reflection ain't for the weak, okay? It takes time. You have to face that person in the mirror and ask yourself those tough questions and figure out, like, hey, what is it that you need? What's wrong? What's going on? And then you seek help to find the answer, right? So my thing was, I got up yesterday morning or morning before last, and I prayed. And it wasn't a very long prayer, but it was just me getting back to my relationship with God. I said that I didn't want to keep hearing about who God is for everybody else. I want to experience God for myself. And that's kind of the journey that I'm on. And then in addition to that, I started to journal. For a long time, I thought my journaling was a version of me praying, but prayer in general is about the relationship. You know, the relationship, and relationships are established on communication. Remember the love talk? You got to communicate. Communication is the foundation of every relationship that we have, whether it's a friendship, a business ship, a partnership, a family relationship. It's the foundation is communication. So I can definitely say just talking to God, having that one-way conversation with God, and then having those horizontal conversations with all of my inner circle, it really made a difference in my week, because I realized that, one, anything that was making me unhappy or anything that was making me happy had the potential to make me sad. But if I had joy, I wouldn't have to worry too much about sadness. I wouldn't have to worry too much about how it affected somebody. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not very malicious in anything that I do. I try to be honest because I don't want to hurt people. But I do take time to listen to what other people have to say, because I value people's opinions. But at the end of the day, the choice is still mine. You know, the decision is still mine. And that's what I want to say to you. If you're going through a tough time and you feel like where you are is a result of the decisions that you have made based on trying to not ruffle any feathers or please other people, I say to you this. Okay, you've done that for a while, and what did it get you? You might have had some happy days, but you also had some sad days because you weren't being true to yourself. I'm one of those people. You know, I had some days that I just wasn't happy with myself because I wasn't being true to me and what I wanted to do. So with that said, it's time for us to take back our lives in the sense of changing the way we view ourselves, to change the way we view our lives. Our lives aren't over. You know, we wake up every day with breath in our body and an opportunity to change things if we don't like it. And I am a firm believer that if I want things to be changed, that change has to begin with me. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to keep doing. I know I say all the time, sometimes these videos get hard, but I know that there's purpose behind these videos. I know that somebody else is feeling how I'm feeling, because I know I ain't the only one. I'm human. Humans go through similar emotions all the time. So with this, if you feel what I'm feeling, comment. Tell me about your story, because I feel like we're in this together. It's not just about me. I know I'm bringing you along for my journey, but we're in this together. You feel me? So that's my little 2 cents today on joy. And I hope it helps. I hope it lets someone know you're not in this journey or on this journey by yourself. There are other people who are going through what you're going through. But we can overcome this. We can make our way out of this. But we have to decide for ourselves what we want. And at the heart of the issue is you have to live for yourself. And that's where your joy comes from. Figuring out what brings you purpose, what brings you just peace of mind. And as I always say, there's anything that's, stealing your peace, man, it's too valuable. It's too expensive. It's too costly. If it's taking away your peace, it's just too costly. So that's my message for today. Find your joy. Get your joy back so we can get our lives back. So we can be who we finally have always meant to be without being the version who people expect us to be. I know, complicated, but it's the truth. Anywho, it's your girl, Willow Bean, aka Misbehavior. I'm out. Peace. Y'all be safe out here in these streets, especially with the corona going on. All right, y'all. Peace.